Hello, Audrey Lerma here. My identified grade band is 3rd grade through 5th grade. Intervention helps struggling students with additional resources, and remediation is a revisit or reteach of a lesson. So intervention is more individual reading assignments or a individualized activity or tutoring, while the remediation is more like a new program or a group reading, such as using Haggerty instead of what was previously used for phonics. 2 reading assessments. STARS reading is a good one because it shows and tracks every little thing a student does in a chart, and it can break down and show you where that student needs that intervention or that remediation. Another that is also universal. A summative one would be state testing. So this one shows where a student starts if you do it at the beginning of the year, and it shows where they end at the end of the year for the state testing. Universal, on the other hand, can show beginning, middle, end. 2 reading resources. Voyage Passport is an online instructional resource that is targeted individualized groups, and this is based on the 5 pillars of the reading of science, and it is a great online program to use. Another one that is good that's not online is doing feedback reading. So when you're reading out loud, make sure that you're giving those students those feedback needed so they can adjust themselves or correct themselves or maybe realize where they need a little bit more practice. Some reading settings are one-on-one tutoring. This would be great for that student that's really just struggling and just needs that little extra hand. Small group instructions. You got a small group of kids and you want to give them that individualization or targeted practice. There's pull-out programs. There's even an in-class support where you can have an interventionalist come into your classroom and see where the help is needed for students. You can also do a digital too, like the Voyage Passport, STARS, Haggerty, Dibbles. There are tons of online programs that you can add into your classroom to help your students. Some of these can be multisensory, and some of these are just targeted assessments that help students. Always remember that there's no perfect way, and not one program is meant for everyone. So sometimes things will have to get changed up based on the setting for your student and your student's needs. Two reading strategies. So assisted reading is a really great one because this also helps model reading for students. This can be with computer read along. You can have headphones set at a desk. This helps them hear the fluency. It helps them build their own fluency, vocabulary, phonetic awareness. This really helps target those students that are just struggling, especially with their fluency. Teaching language, that's a great one for students struggling with vocabulary. This one, you discuss the vocabulary words, you guys start reading the lesson, and then you share during the reading about, oh, did you guys listen and hear that word? What do you guys think that means? What is the author trying to convey when they use that word in this reading assignment? 2 at-home reading is take turns reading. You can do this with your AR books, so that way you can monitor it, and all they have to do is take the test when they come back to school. This also requires no extra training from the parents, so all the parents have to do is they can read a little bit, and then their student can read a little bit. And then when the student comes back to school, they can do an AR test, and it lets you show how much they're comprehending about the reading. And it also kind of gives you an understanding of where they're at. Also, you can have printout questions for your parents. And this doesn't involve too much but them to read a half sheet paper. And this helps the student be able to think about their reading and help with comprehension problems. And it also gives them that extra resource needed at home and that little bit of extra intervention at home to be doing with their parents.